Now we're recording. Hi. Okay, I always get nervous every time the recording button's on, but anyways, hi, my name is Jam and this is my intro video. Yay! Now if you're wondering, who am I? I am literally a nobody. I am just making this YouTube video because I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, and a lovely community that is called Lemon8 really supported and really pushed me on starting this YouTube channel. So if you are from Lemon8, hi. Thank you for giving me that push and the confidence to start this. I really wanted to post an intro video, and funny enough, I have already made an intro video like last week, but I recorded it in this little digital camera of mine, which I still love. I love, this is the Canon PowerShot. I bought this at Depop. Still a great camera, but I would never, ever record long form videos with this ever again. Oh my goodness, it was so chaotic. I couldn't, and I really wanted to push through on going through with the video and just like saying, like, just telling myself like, Jam, it's okay, just edit it, make it look nice, it'll be fine. But I just felt like I could have been better, and now I have this fancy camera. So I will post a vlog after this, but funny enough, I did record it in that camera, so if I always look really lost and just not sure what to do and like setting up a camera, that's because I didn't have this fancy camera. And funny enough, in the vlog I literally said I'm not gonna buy a camera anytime soon, but famous last words, really. I'm gonna be doing my makeup while introducing myself because why not? Makeup is fun, and it's... oh my god, I lost my train of thought after makeup is fun, and I feel like it'll be fun to do while we're talking. So say if you're ever watching this video and you want to play some white noise while doing something too, or also doing your makeup, then we could do it together. Yay. Whoa. I'm sorry if I don't really speak well. I'm still super nervous when it comes to being in front of the camera, and if I'm not looking directly at you, it's because I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder, because I just want to make sure it keeps going and nothing goes wrong. Knock on wood. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I go by Jam. I even go by Jam in Lemon8. And if you do not know what Lemon8 is, it's a new app, social media app, that's mostly photo based, but the best way I could describe Lemon8 to somebody is that it's as if Instagram and Pinterest had a baby, and it's Lemon8, and I've been really enjoying it so far. Not saying that I've always wanted to be an influencer, but I've always wanted to have a platform of my own that is not so intimidating like Instagram or as toxic as TikTok. I mean, I'm not saying TikTok is completely toxic, but that place is still super intimidating, or maybe even more intimidating than Instagram, because people on there are ruthless, especially on Twitter too. I avoid Twitter as much as possible. Twitter people are scary. It's really intimidating to be on there. Lemon8 is just like that safe space for me, I guess, to post content that I always wanted to post and talk about stuff that I've always wanted to make blog posts about. So yeah, Lemon8 gives me that freedom to just be whoever I like and post whatever I like without any judgment, and the people there are so nice. I never met such a genuinely supporting people in my life that's in a social media app. Like, it's kind of crazy how kind people are on there. I mean, obviously there's people who has gripes with it, saying like, I'm like really bored, it's like not much to do on here, which is true. It is true. Really, you can only post stuff and make long captions about it. It's like, you know, blogging really. But I mean, it's all about perspective, right? You have to make it how you want it to be, and I always stay true to that with whatever social media app I've used. Like, I do it with TikTok, I do it with Instagram, and I'm gonna do it with Lemon8. So when there's something I don't like, or if it's become boring to me, I make it fun for myself, because you are in control on how you want to go on about things in that way. I personally love it, and the people on there really supported me on trying to start a YouTube channel. I made a post talking about how I went to a camping trip with my boyfriend and his family one time, and we talked about how there were like careers we like what were careers we would want if money wasn't a factor. And during that talk I did say like a writer or author, because I do love writing. Funny enough, I did have a Wattpad phase. Please, oh, that was such awkward times. Please don't try to look for it. Funny enough, I did pretty well on Wattpad when I was like 15 at the time. So funny. But yeah, I've always loved writing and all that, so that's the answer I gave during that camping trip. But on Lemon8, I put multiple ones, say author and writer, freelance makeup artist, and a YouTuber slash influencer. I put air quotes on that because, not gonna lie, I give major props to influencers. They just get so much judgment for the career that they have, which honestly to some people it's well deserved. Like, some people should just not be influencers, but other times, like, you know, I chose to just ignore the bad ones and just keep finding influencers that I love and trust, you know. And honestly, as a consumer, like as someone who's a consumer, you always have to put your own judgment. Like, you can't keep trusting people online on what you buy and all that. Obviously, if they give a good review and you trust that review, then that's your money to spend. They're just giving you what they think and hopefully to influence you to get some money, but you know, you do what you gotta do with your hard-earned cash. Going way off topic. This is gonna happen a lot when talking. I feel like I get off topic so many times, but I try to track back. I posted being a YouTuber, and there's so many people who supported me on trying to be one. And I even posted another post, yes, about being scared of social media. I am genuinely terrified. Like, doing this, that's why I'm trying to do makeup and talk, because I am freaking terrified of this. Like, oh my god, I cannot believe I'm putting myself out there. If you guys want to know about these posts, I will link my Lemon8 down there if you want to check it out and see what I've talked about more thoroughly. But here I am, because there's a lot of people who are being super supportive to me, being really kind and uplifting me. So if you are from those posts, if you're from Lemon8, this is all thanks to you. I'm sorry if I'm just like looking at this and going back and forth, because I'm not sure what to do with my eyes. I am just going and going and going with the flow. Yeah. Since we're on the topic of makeup, funny enough, I am not a makeup artist, but I like to say that I'm self-taught. I've been watching makeup videos and makeup tutorials since Michelle Phan times. Like, when Michelle Phan posted that Sailor Moon makeup tutorial, that literally changed my world. I started getting into makeup because that girl really taught me what makeup can do for others and how fun it is. And I remember a lot of my family members being super judgmental, typical Filipinos, am I right? About me getting into makeup, because obviously I was this young girl. I think I was like, what, 13, 12 at the time, and I started instantly becoming into makeup. That's like unheard of, you know. And then I remember I was making like fun, like Facebook videos. Oh my god, back when Facebook was a thing for younger people. No offense if you use Facebook right now, then congrats to you, but I feel like I've only seen like parents use it now. But yeah, I posted like a couple of YouTube videos of just me doing makeup, and I remember people being just so mean about the fact that I did makeup. Like, I remember my best friend at the time, she was kind of rude for this, not gonna lie. I remember that really hurt my feelings. I just didn't say anything because I was such a people pleaser back then. Where apparently her and her cousin watched my YouTube video, and apparently her cousin said about me like, oh, who does she think she is? Like some like Michelle Phan wannabe or something like that. And I was like, ow. Like, I'm sorry, this was just kind of fun for me. This was the wrong brush. Oh my god. But yeah, I was like, dang, that was kind of rude, you know? So I remember that happened, and I remember when I started a YouTube channel, like I actually done YouTube like a couple times, and I just keep like talking myself out of it because I was just so insecure. I was just so insecure about doing YouTube because people were just so mean. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I'm so sorry if you could hear the stuff outside, but I remember thinking to myself, like, what makes me so different between all those people who are posting on YouTube videos? I am this insignificant person. I can't really bring much to the table. There's no point in me doing this. I should just stop while I still can. And I did stop. All the times I've attempted, I did stop. But this time, I'm actually gonna try hard. Like, I even gave myself a plan. Those other times, I kind of just like posted whatever, however times and all that. But this time I actually have a plan. I have goals to reach, and I made it very simple for myself so I won't get overwhelmed or, like, you know, beat myself up over it. This is my attempt on doing YouTube again, and hopefully it will stick. I mean, I gave myself a year to do this, and if something happens, then that's great. If it doesn't, then at least I tried, right? And I always believed in that saying, like, at least I tried. I never want to go on with my life knowing that I didn't try, or at least attempted fully, like with my full-on effort. All those other times, it was like, I mean, look, I gave up on it so easily because I got super insecure, which is typical because I was just a kid back then. But then now it's like I really want to give myself a fair shot. Also, there's this quote that I really love. That's on my water bottle. Hold on. One of my favorite movies is Princess Diaries, and there was a quote that said, "The brave may not live forever, but the cautious do not live at all." So I always try to keep that quote in mind whenever I'm trying to do like stuff, because yeah, you only live once, am I right? Another fun fact about me is that I have gone a private Catholic school, like private religious school, my whole entire life. Like literally from elementary school, middle school, high school, and even college. The college part was kinda okay. It was my choice, but there's a reason why. Elementary school to high school, it wasn't really my choice. My mom just wanted to take me there when I was a kid because she just thought it was good for me, and I went to a private high school because that's where all my friends were going. So there's that. That's why I went to a private high school. But for college, that was completely my choice. I went to a junior college at first because my parents wanted me to, and I didn't really mind. I wasn't one of those people who had like an idea of what they wanted in the future. I always had really supportive parents, which I was very blessed with, of just doing whatever makes me happy. So really, I had no idea what to do. So I went to a junior college at first because I just thought that if I go to a junior college at first, at least, then I could figure out what I wanted to do. I ended up being a graphic design major in the end. I originally wanted to be an English major because, like I said before, writing just came so easily to me. Like in high school, writing essays, like snap, I could write me a good essay. There's this one time where it always stuck with me how, like, you know, I thought like writing essays was the easiest thing until one of my friends, it was homeroom and our English class was the next period, and I remember she came up to me and asked me if I did the essay homework, and I'm like, what essay homework? And she said, the one that's due today. And I was like, oh my god, I didn't do it. And I literally whipped, this is a time when we started using iPads, so I put up my iPad, I had a keyboard, and I just remember typing it out and done, easy, within literally not even an hour. Like I was just done with it so fast. I submitted it. Obviously I got like points taken off for submitting late, but I still ended up with like a B. I did that. And I remember my friend, when I told her, I was like, okay, done, I submitted it, and it's just like, what? You just submitted it? Like you just did that right now? And I said, yeah, I just did it right now. And it's just like, how do you do that? And I'm literally like, I don't know. And that's when it kind of struck a chord in me where I'm like, this is not normal. This is like, obviously probably there's other people who can do it too, but it just kind of hit me that not everyone can do this, which I kind of like felt pretty cool back then. I was like, wow, I guess writing really does come easily to me. Ever since then, I kind of just felt like I always wanted to be an English major just because it just felt safe, you know? Like I was well aware of how you can't really do much as an English major. Like I went to counseling one time in high school, and I told my counselor I wanted to be a journalist, and he basically told me all the things why I shouldn't be a journalist. Basically shat on me on wanting to be a journalist. I am not gonna use waterproof mascara. I usually do. So like more of this mascara, my mom gave me this really fancy mascara. Does it focus? Oh, I guess so. I can't tell, I'm blind too. So don't mind this mascara. It's my only non-waterproof mascara because I am planning on taking this off after. Yep. Oh, and I should have mentioned this in the beginning of the video. This is not a tutorial, clearly. I just want to do makeup for fun, and if you are doing something too, I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm so sorry if I have. I totally just realized I went off topic to a completely different thing, but let me finish this thing and go back to another one. Ha! Scattered brain. I always felt safe to do English, but then I kind of discovered graphic design, and low-key I kind of been doing graphic design for like a while and I didn't even know it. So I kind of figured that out and studied for that, and I found out that in junior college is the transition from junior college to a regular college is hard. Like, that's what I've heard. So to make it easier for myself is that I had a best friend at the time who went to a college that is a private school, and we've been friends for a while. Like, we were best friends, and she introduced me to a lot of people, and there was a room available there that would be like the easiest to move into and basically the easiest transition for me possible, and they had the major that I wanted, which is graphic design. So honestly, it felt perfect. I get to be with my best friend, and I already knew like a good handful of people, so the transition from junior college to a regular college wouldn't be that bad. Still pretty bad, not gonna lie. Whew, that was some hard stuff, but you know, I survived, obviously. So, or going to a private school my whole entire life till the very end. Oh man, good times. Well, honestly, I would not take it back. I would not done anything different because of that school, I have the best girlfriends I've ever asked for. I love them so much. If you're watching this, because most likely I will share about this, like, love you. So yeah, would not change a thing. Am I employed? No. But am I still trying to apply? Yes. So before anyone says anything, I'm sorry that no one wants to hire me. It's rough out there, okay? Rough. So yeah. So while I'm in jobless, I mean, let's use all this free time to do this fun stuff, right? There's hair on my face and I don't know where it's coming from. Oh, there it is. I remember I was talking about makeup. So yeah, I never went to beauty school. I'm literally self-taught, and I have done other people's makeup, but only friends and family, and I keep it that way. I mean, in college I was part of a glam squad for PCN, and I was honestly pretty good with it. I was fast, I was quick, and I had to do what I had to do, and I remember there was girls who did enjoy me, so thanks guys. But yeah, I never really wanted to do it professionally, like, ever, just because I love it. I really don't want to do it for the money. I really just love doing it because I just enjoy the process. Like, and then, like I said, when I do it to someone that I know, or, you know, help them like feel good about themselves, it's a really fun time for me. And I remember my grandma, bless her, family members were like, I mean, if you're doing makeup, like, why not go to beauty school and profit off of it? And it's like, well, if I do that, then I know myself very well, whereas then I know I'm just gonna hate it towards the end. I'm just gonna loathe the makeup. I'm just gonna, there's a word but I can't think of it, like, I'm just gonna not have the passion for it and love for it as I used to. And you know, and I don't want that. I don't want to be miserable in makeup one day. And I know people say like, well, why not just try it? I just know myself so well where it's like, I love it to be kept between family and friends, like super personable to others. And especially if it's like, say, a friend of a friend, I still don't mind doing that either. There's glitter on my upper lip and I don't know where it's from. I have glitter all over my face and I don't know why. But yeah, I just know myself. I just love makeup because it keeps it fun for me and personable, and I think it's a great bonding time with friends and family. So that's why I don't want to be like a makeup artist, really. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I do want to say like I am pretty good at it. Like for someone who never ever, like ever went to, I don't know if I want to wear foundation. Like I said, not wearing this for a super long time. Sorry, I'm trying to, that's why I'm like, what should I do? Wait. I do have this cream foundation, this super TikTok famous one. I still like it still, till this day. So why not use it? Anyways, yeah, I don't want to like toot my own horn, but yeah, I'm pretty decent at it. I don't want to say that I'm an expert or anything like that, but for someone who just like did makeup for people or does makeup just by learning from YouTube videos, like I want to say I'm pretty decent at it. I always love it when like my friends kind of like go to me and be like, there's this one time my friend, she needed to change her whole entire makeup. Like she needed new stuff and trusted my opinion on the new stuff to get for her. So that was fun. We went to like Sephora and Ulta and bought like a lot of new stuff for her, and I remember I was like, what's your budget? She's like, don't care for it, just help me. And I was like, okay. For the makeup stuff, I mentioned this before in my first attempt on an intro video, but I am a big Star Wars fan. Please no one come at me though if like I don't remember every single detail about Star Wars. My boyfriend introduced it to me, and there's a fun story on how he introduced it to me. So this was a long time ago. This is when season 2 of Mandalorian came out. That's how long ago it was when I first started watching Star Wars. There's this show I wanted to show him. Typical, like I think this is like a super typical relationship thing where there's shows you want to watch together. So there's a show I watched called Julie and the Phantoms. R.I.P. Netflix, I will never forgive you for canceling that show. It's so good. But yeah, it was Julie and the Phantoms, and I really want to watch it with him because I loved it so much and I thought like he would like it. And he was like, okay, I'll watch it if you watch Mandalorian with me. And I was like, okay, we can, but just warning you, I have never seen Mandalorian, like, ever. And he's like, okay, have you ever seen any, like, Star Wars stuff? And I was like, probably, like, the first movie, like, first ever movie, twice. Once a long time ago as a kid, and second time in college, when the first junior college I went to, I took a random film class, and the professor played Star Wars, and I fell asleep. And there's people who caught me asleep, and I kid you not, I was so embarrassed that I never went back. I never went back to that class. Oh, I was so embarrassed. That's the only times I ever watched Star Wars, and it was just for that first movie. And my boyfriend was like, non-acceptable. You cannot. He's like, you have to watch everything. And I was like, okay, like, sure. Like, I was honestly, I didn't question it. I was like, yeah, I'm down to watch everything. All this for him to watch Julie the Phantom, which is only 10 episodes. All this. And what I mean by all this, he asked me if I want to watch everything in chronological order, like everything. And I think he mentioned like every single thing, but I was too oblivious at the time where I did not know. I did not knew he meant the shows in between too. Oh my god. So yeah, I did agree on chronological order. So we watched the prequels, right? The first 2 prequels. And then I was like, okay, we're gonna watch the third prequel, right? He was like, no. Then there's the Clone Wars series. And I was like, you have to be kidding me. And he's like, yeah, and after the Clone Wars series, there's the Rebels. And I was like, you have to be kidding me. You have to be joking, right? Rebels, yeah. See, that's what I mean where I don't remember. It was a while ago. Like I said, this was when Mandalorian season 2 just came out. I would literally pay. Like, if I could go back in time, I would relive watching everything for the first time ever in order. That was such a fun experience for me. Like, I did not expect myself to love Star Wars the way I do now. And the respect I have for it, for this world building and the community or the community of characters that they have. Like, I understand now. The thing is though, Star Wars fans are kind of crazy. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, there's this girl I follow on TikTok, love her. She's just this small, like, Disney World, Disney content creator, and she said, like, she called the place the wrong place which I was like, honest mistake, especially if you're not really into Star Wars. But they were like digging on her, and it sucked because she was showing this amazing room that her dad painted, and I wanted to show my boyfriend so bad how amazing it was, but the people bullied her so bad that she deleted it or privated it. Who cares? It's not there anymore, not viewable, and I got so upset. I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, they bullied her so bad that it's not even here anymore. And he was like, yeah, that happens. And I'm like, what do you mean that happens? He's like, that's just how the fans are. And I'm like, that is so disrespectful. Like, oh my god. Anyways, that's why I'm a little scared talking about that I love Star Wars. But I mean, if you guys gonna give me shit for like not remembering every single thing or naming some things wrong, like sometimes my boyfriend kind of does that to me where we're watching and they say something from like previous shows and movies, and he'll look at me, I'm like, what? And he said, don't you remember? And I'm like, remember what? And he's like, it's from like Clone Wars. Mind you, Clone Wars series has like over 100 episodes. Over 100. So he's like, do you remember this from this episode, from the Clone Wars series? And I'm like, no? Like, can you explain that to me? And yeah, he doesn't get mad at me or anything like that. It's just kind of funny. But yeah, Star Wars fans are kind of nuts. They're kind of crazy. I'm not saying all of them are, but if this rubs you off the wrong way, then maybe the shoe fits. So sorry. I'm gonna say stuff like that. Please take everything I say with a grain of salt. It's not meant to be taken seriously. I don't even take myself seriously when I say this stuff. It's all jokes. It's all jokes here. Okay, please. So much for an intro, am I right? We watched every single thing, even the sequels. I remember I didn't even want to watch the sequels because I just remember, even as a non-Star Wars fans at the time, like, people did not like those sequels. And honestly, understandably so, like, not gonna lie, there's just like a disconnect between the sequels and what Star Wars was before, like, Disney took over. So yeah, but I'm not gonna speak much about that. I really don't want to get into that kind of stuff because, like I said, I feel like I'm a very casual fan, you know. And if you see me keep doing this to my nose, I get really sweaty on my nose here. There's probably makeup already gone. Like, no matter what I do, no matter how much I just sit here, I just get sweaty, and it doesn't really help that I'm sitting here and I'm talking and I get a little nervous. So yeah, a lot of nose bouncing. Oh, and also I'm gonna test out the One Size translucent powder. I'm so loyal to my Laura Mercier. Like, I literally have backups and backups and backups of it. Kid you not. But honestly, there was something in me that's like, give it a try. Like, just give it a try. Wanna give this a test out? But yeah, back to the Star Wars thing. I do love Star Wars. I am going to Disneyland for my birthday this year, so I'm so excited to check out Star Wars Land. Ugh, like, I remember struggling on picking out an outfit for like the first day because we're gonna mostly hang out in Disneyland on that day. And I know I could wear like this like Disney shirt and all that, but I told myself, like, no, wear something Star Wars related because this is your first time going here. You're actually a Star Wars fan, so you're just gonna now understand everything. I don't know, it felt like amazing to me because, you know, there was the one Star Wars Land ride that I'm so blanking on. Oh my god, there's like powder all over me. I wanted to mention who is my favorite Star Wars character, and it has to be Ahsoka Tano. Ahsoka is literally my girl. I love her. I literally just love the whole entire Clone Wars series, to be honest. Like, funny enough, my favorite thing out of that whole like marathon we did together is that, why is this not opening? And I remember my boyfriend was kind of giving me crap for it because I bought a Clone Wars long sleeve, and I don't know what we were saying to each other, but he's like, I mean, look at you, you're wearing my childhood you're wearing my childhood. It was like a shirt, so blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, well, you know what, you are right. I really enjoyed the Clone Wars series. Like, it was really fun watching how everything put out, especially how they further dived the character of Anakin Skywalker. I think it was great. I think it was amazing. And yes, I am a prequel girly. I remember my boyfriend and even my dad told me how no one really liked the prequels, and that really surprised me because I thought the prequels were amazing. I felt like it was like really good. Like, I didn't understand why people didn't like it, and You know, my boyfriend was like explaining to me is like, well, it's because people already knew what happened, like they didn't want to see like more or whatever, like everyone just knew. And I was like, okay, like I get that, because I watched it chronologically in order, so it was very different for me, and that's why I really like the prequels. I appreciate the prequels. Freaking love Hayden, love that man. I am a Star Wars girly. Please no one judge me. Not judge as in like, oh my god, you're like such a nerd, but more of like, you must be like a fake fan. Like, maybe I am, I don't know, I don't care. Like, whatever your opinion is, me, how I like my, how I want to do my obsessions, like literally none of your business. Oh wow, I got super defensive. I'm so sorry you had to see that. But speaking of obsession, I wanted to talk about that I love K-pop. I am a K-pop girl. I've been listening to K-pop since like literally the second generation, like during like Girls' Generation, Super Junior, Big Bang, Wonder Girls, 21, 4 Minute, like I'm trying to name it, like all the big ones. Kara, you know, After School, like during that time. Oh, to me that was peak K-pop. Like that's where it all started for me. I won't say like I'm super obsessed with it now like I used to be, because I think K-pop fandoms are super toxic. Like no matter where you go, I just think they're toxic everywhere. Like obviously they're not all like that, but if I could avoid it as much as I can, I would, because I want to protect my peace as much as possible. And that's why, like, I remember when I used to go to K-pop concerts, and my best friend at the time, like, she's really into trying to like be friends with everyone. I was over here like, you could so do that. I'm just gonna be here on the sideline just enjoying my time, because I really wanted to protect my peace. Because I don't know, people get kind of crazy over K-pop stuff, where it's like, guys, like, come on. Like, the artist that you're trying to bash or you're trying to be rude to are literally friends with your faves. Like, I don't know. My ultimate fave group of all time is Girls' Generation. I will be a Soan or Sown like my whole entire life till the day I die. I love them so much. But like my current favorites right now, it has to be LE SSERAFIM, NewJeans, Idol. Was with Idol, like literally when Soojin left. Oh my god, that's tough now. And I mentioned that because she's literally my fave. That was my bias. But I still support Idol no matter what. But yeah, I love LE SSERAFIM. LE SSERAFIM is like my main fave right now. It used to be Everglow, but oh my god, I don't know where they are. I miss them. But yeah, LE SSERAFIM was helping me cope. K-pop, love K-pop. I am a GG girl. I love girl groups a whole lot. Literally all my like K-pop related playlists are mostly just girl groups. That's just me though. If you love the boy groups, congrats to you. Love that for you. But I'm really just more of the girl group girly. So yeah. My family, or my parents, actually didn't meet in the Philippines at all. Funny enough, where they met was in Europe, in Germany. I love talking about this because I remember back when I was single, I would just always say like their love story always just left me hopeful about it. Like obviously I was still the type of girl where like, oh, there's no good guys out here. They're all just fuckboys and just ruining everything and all that. I was like that. But I always said to myself too, he's out there somewhere, just maybe not here, you know, because of my parents' love story. My dad was stationed, he was in the army, and he's stationed in Germany, while my mom worked there with where her sister is too, because I have 2 older siblings, but they're my half siblings. They're not my dad's kids, they're my mom's. So she had a better opportunity to work there to provide for them than in the Philippines. So that's where my mom was, and my mom needed a green card. And yeah, my mom needed a green card. My dad, as what people in the army would want, is to get married. And they married each other. And funny enough, my mom promised my dad what was that, a Mustang or some kind of car after they pulled through all this stuff, and funny enough, they had me. And my dad said I'm more expensive than that car, but he still loves me. So, so that's their love story. And that's how I usually went on about it. If I couldn't find him here, he's probably somewhere else. Because love literally could be anywhere. And speaking of relationships, I have mentioned I have a boyfriend, and I do. And I like to say that we're a pandemic couple. Actually, we met during the pandemic and still going strong till this day. We met through a friend, funny enough, and when we first started talking, we both literally, one of the first things we said to each other was that how we're both we want a relationship, but we're just not ready. Because I mean, during this time I was kind of having I wasn't being a player, but I was just not ready to settle. But I was like, you know, not really opening myself up to it. Really, I was giving out fake names every time a guy asked me, like, oh, what's your name? And I'll be like, oh, my go-to fake name at the time is Lonnie. So I'll be like, oh, my name's Lonnie, and then they're like, oh, nice to meet you. And they're usually gone by then. The only time I ever gave like my real name was when I was at a bar in Rome. I know, it's so cool. And there's this guy who was from Australia. He was like, you're really cool, like, can I have your snap? And I was like, he was cool too. So I was just kind of like, oh yeah, like, about that, my name is not actually Lonnie, it's this name, and I just say that name to just like give to guys. He's like, no, I get it, I understand. And then I don't know, he was trying to be cool or whatever, but he was like, but your real name, it's like better. And I was like, oh, thanks. Oh man, that day, oh my god, what a day. I did not take guys seriously. Basically, I just did not take them seriously. I just wanted to have fun, and if a guy came around, like, he got a stick and he can't not handle, but like, there were times during like my Bumble days, I like to say, like when I was dating around a lot and talking to a lot of guys, they would get really offended when I call them boy, and not even like boy as in B-O-Y, but like B-O-I, and they would be like, stop calling me boy. And I'm like, ooh, hit a nerve. You know. And I've been told it's because, like, you know, no guy likes to be called a boy, like they're supposed to be a man. And I'm like, that's stupid. Obviously I'm joking, I'm not calling you like a little boy, but like, whatever. That's where I was like, yeah, if they're gonna get offended by like that kind of stuff, then they're not for me. So when my boyfriend and I, before we became a thing, we were both talking about how like, we don't know if we're really ready for a relationship, and turns out we ended up liking each other and still going on till this day. And that's why I like using my love story now to like, to my friends who were single. I'm like, I literally met my boyfriend during a pandemic, a global pandemic. Like, how is that even freaking possible for myself? I literally got this lipstick because Lisa was like the face of it. Honestly, I love this lipstick. Is there any more I want to talk about? I feel like there's more things to talk about, but I'm not really sure. Well, I think I'm just gonna end it here because I am now officially done with my makeup. This is the makeup. Yeah, didn't really want it to be a tutorial. We're just doing it for fun. It's supposed to be just for fun. I don't even know if I want to do makeup tutorials. Should I? Should I not? I don't know. Let me know if you're ever curious. Do people still do makeup tutorials? I don't even know. I feel like everything's been taught, you know? Like a simple Google search and there it is. But who knows? I don't really keep up with all that anymore. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this was like a little fun intro to myself. I'll probably do more about this as I continue on this whole YouTube journey of mine. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.